Hey there, we're back. Listen, I have LaWanda Thomas with me again. I wanted to do a part two because it's the things that she is talking about HIV is very important. She has put together a production, a play called You Better Ask Somebody. And you know what? You better ask somebody.
Yes, you better.
After looking at that play, whoo,
Yeah.
girl, I was like, yeah, you better ask somebody.
Yeah.
That's the perfect title for that play.
It is.
It really is. And even though it's about HIV, listen, there's some comedy in there, but the issue and what she's trying to say in the play is really intact. Now, you said you all wrote it. You wrote it, right?
Yes, me and my business partner, Salima Jones.
Selima Jones. They both came together, and they are wonderful women who are out making a difference in the Dallas-Fort Worth community. Now, I know you guys are going to go further than Dallas-Fort Worth.
We are.
But Dallas-Fort Worth, here are your people. Come on, let's support. Let's take advantage of the resources that we have here in our area. This is something that you can take your teenage to, your friends to. I would not suggest the little. It's too critical.
No, I think high school age is very appropriate.
High school.
Definitely if you have a kid that is sexually active or may be thinking about it, the show is definitely appropriate for them.
So visit them at www.wearefierce.com and get your tickets. Right away, let me tell you where it's going to be. May the 22nd, 2008 at 8 p.m. It's going to be at the Scott Theater at the Fort Worth Community Arts Center, and that's off of West Lancaster. You can get more information about that if you go to www.wearefierceproduction. Okay? This is an opportunity to get out there and put this information in front of the people who you know need to hear it. Okay? Especially if you have a loved one that you love and your heart goes out to them, you haven't been able to talk to them about HIV, this is a wonderful vehicle in which to show that, okay?
Which is why we chose to do it in this format. That it's entertaining, we're able to educate people and also entertain them at the same time. So I think they're more receptive to the information that way.
And be on time because these tickets can go fast now. So you want a good seat? The only way in the back, you better get there.
Yes, you
better. Okay. This is the myth about HIV. Is that if you're not gay, you know, you practice quote unquote the normal way of having sex, that you are immune to it. Is that true?
No, it's not.
Okay.
If you're having unprotected sex, you're at risk for contracting HIV. If you're not in a monogamous relationship, you're at risk for contracting HIV. We also discuss other ways to do it, other ways to catch it through intravenous drug use. A lot of people don't consider that. So if you have a partner who is addicted to drugs, they're putting you at risk. So we try to come at it all kind of ways to give people a sense of how they could be affected. And to also ask questions. You may think the man is not homosexual, but do you really know? All the more reason to protect yourself and to be responsible for your own health and not put it in someone else's hands.
Yeah, because there are some people out there that are bisexual.
Yes. Yes. And
they don't say it.
They don't say it. I think there are people who live in a closet. They're afraid to come out. And we try to address that they're afraid of coming out because they'll be labeled, they'll be stigmatized, and they don't want to be isolated from their friends and family because they are quote-unquote gay. We also discussed the issue of, just being responsible and telling the truth in a relationship. That it tends to be these lies and the secrets that we keep that put us at risk.
Yeah, that is so true. And you know what, nowadays, especially this particular generation, sexual behaviors is like a feast.
Yes.
And it's because of the appetite. You see what's going on in Hollywood, on the television. It's so much information out there that feeds, I believe, feeds young people's sexual drives and emotions before it's time.
And I think that has a lot to do with that we're not a moral society like we used to be.
Yeah.
That it's everything goes and you gratify yourself now. Whatever you want, you can satisfy that need and that craving, and then there's no consequences for it. But there are consequences, dire consequences.
Yes.
And we talk about that, and we're trying to reach people just to show them that a simple decision to sleep with someone without protection can be detrimental to your life.
Yeah. You know, that's the sad thing about it. I know someone personally who didn't think that they could catch HIV off of the first time they had a sexual encounter with someone. And the very first time she had a sexual encounter was the first time. That was the opening door for her. Her life has never been the same. It has never been the same.
Since we've been doing the play, we have met so many people, women especially, who come to us with these stories. And they're women from all types of backgrounds, very diverse, various ages. Girls as young as 14 and 15. Women as old as 60 and 70. Who, once they're divorced or widowed and they're back out there in the dating world, they're not. All they were thinking is that you need a condom to protect you from pregnancy. Not realizing that they could end up with HIV. It's just one of those things that no one ever thinks it's going to be them. They never think it's going to be them, that it's going to be someone else. So we want them to take the risk very seriously.
And you know what? Nowadays, you need to just get that person checked out.
You do. And you know what? And really, you do. And that really should be a part of your dating process and screening. Let's go get tested together. Because the thing that we found out is people, they don't look sick. You think you could spot a person with HIV and you can't.
Not right away.
Not right away, because they look very healthy. They look very healthy, especially if they're taking their medication. They look very healthy. There's no way for you to know unless you do ask for that test and you go with them.
Well, and I know we're not talking about this particular disease, but that's like herpes.
Yeah.
You don't know it until there's an outbreak.
You don't know it until there's an outbreak. That's why you can go to any of the social service agencies, the public health. They have a 20-minute quick test. You can get your results while you wait and while you're receiving your counseling. It's almost what we have to do if you're dating in this day and age. That should be part of your screening process.
Yes. And you know what? I believe that if you are dating, you need to be dating because you have in mind you're looking for a mate.
Yeah.
Instead of jumping from bed to bed to bed to bed to bed to bed, which African Americans are doing, women in particular are doing a lot of that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you kind of hate to generalize, but it used to be a thing that when I was growing up, it was certain things that we didn't do. We were, we were afraid to be labeled as promiscuous, and so we were very selective, much more selective than we are now. But the culture today is very much you can have who you want when you want it. And there are no consequences for it. And it's one thing that you can get HIV, but there are also emotional consequences that we don't talk about. And I don't know if it's a thing that older women, that we're not teaching our younger women like we should.
No, that's exactly what it is.
We're not serving as role models and mentors to them, and making it evident that it's okay to be a virgin. It's okay to be celibate. To be celibate and to be selective and to not share your body with everyone you meet.
That's right.
That it's not appropriate, it's not cute, it's not a fad, it's not trendy.
And you don't have to do it to fit in.
No, you don't. And that in the end, I think the man or the guy will respect you for respecting yourself.
Yes. Men do respect women who respect themselves.
Yeah.
And oftentimes the good men choose those women.
Yeah, of course.
Because they know you're not easy.
Yeah.
It took them a long time to get to even, walk you home.
and I think that there's some value. And I think it has a lot to do with self-esteem and how we view ourselves.
It does.
And that if you value yourself, I think others are more apt to value you too. So.
If you love yourself, other people will love you. Whatever you do to yourself, that is how other people will respond to you. You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
that's one of the main things I teach.
So that's one of the things that we would like to show young women, that you have to respect yourself. You have to be responsible for your own health and for your own well-being.
Well, thank you, LaWanda,
for
being here on the Ina Show. All right. Well, thank you for being with us today. We have had a wonderful show. Thank you, LaWanda, for
Thank
being
you
with
for
me
having
and
me.
sharing that pertinent information. Visit her at www.wearefierce.com. Get your tickets. And you can visit me at www.theenashow.com. Until the next time, listen, live life